Yeah, I think I'm gonna go more down the arm wrestling road, man.
Brian Shaw wants to be a full-time arm wrestler. Guys, just lately, Brian Shaw had a podcast with Eddie Hall on his channel. And you know, one of the most talked about things in arm wrestling these days is the appearance of Brian in the sport. Some people really loved the idea of Brian coming in, while some other people were really skeptical about it. And one of the main reasons why was because after Brian was done with Strongman, Brian went to have MMA lessons to then have a one-fight deal only. But it turned out that Brian never had that MMA fight, and then he just left the sport. So after knowing that, many fans were saying that the same that Brian did with MMA was going to be done with arm wrestling. But you see, the people that were saying that, they weren't actually explaining why would that be. And on the podcast Brian had lately, he just explains to us that he was majorly let down by the organizers of his MMA fight, which then led him into not fighting at all. So the reason why Brian left the MMA training was mainly because it wasn't actually being satisfying for him, neither profitable. But you see, we can actually say the same about arm wrestling. Like, not only does arm wrestling involve way less risk than MMA, but it also involves the strength and technique, something that you would also need in strongman. So just that is a positive point. And in addition to that, when it comes to being valued and profitable, we can just go and see Brian's arm wrestling videos with Devon. Like, hardly any videos of Brian reached the 1 million views. But if we bond all of the videos that Brian has posted with Devon, I believe it surpasses the 5 million mark. And also, one very important thing that even Brian said himself is that he wants to pursue a sport. Like, he is now retired from strongman, but he still wants to pursue something else. And honestly, I think Brian has already made his mind. But what about you guys? How well do you think Brian will be as a full-time puller? Leave down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.
Month I'm gonna go to this match and be one of the best at that. I think I have the ability. Like, I believe in myself, right? And I said earlier, like, I don't get into something unless I believe I can be great at it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that it's something that could be very fun, and also I could do for a significant amount of time potentially at a high level. So.